Kaploch! And welcome to Tailor Solder Fry here on the mighty Loading Ready Live Video Entertainment Network. My name's Ian Horner, and joining me today is Cameron.
Hi.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me once again here.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. I love doing this.
I love doing it with you, so this is great to have you here.
It's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
That always, I never have any idea how to respond to that.
Like not even I love you?
Yeah.
Unconditionally?
Wait, is that how I'm supposed to respond to that? The nicest things anyone's ever said to me. I love you unconditionally.
Yeah.
And there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Okay, so we got that out of the way.
Speaking of which, whenever I hear Qapla', it's never like Chancellor Gowron or General Martog saying it, or even Captain Picard. It's in the Klingon Civil War two-parter. When
on DS9?
On TNG, when Worf has resigned his commission to go and join his brother in the Klingon Defense Forces, and like the entire Enterprise crew is lined up to see him off, and Riker, as he gets onto the teleporter pad, Riker says "Qapla'," and Worf turns and says "Goodbye," and beams away. I'm like, I mean,
Also, Riker, why you gotta be that guy?
I was wondering for a second if it's like, if for some Klingons, if saying Qapla' is like the southern equivalent of saying bless your heart.
bless your heart.
Yeah.
Go bless yourself in your heart.
Oh my god.
Hey, you succeed.
Frog bless the vent core.
Good luck with that. Right? Is Qapla' kind of like that?
I wonder.
Like, because it literally translates as success, right?
Yes, that's correct.
I did not know that. Now I'm that guy.
So, also, as people have probably figured out, Beach is on tech. Hi,
Yep.
everybody.
And we
And
got Matt on camera.
I'm here too.
So the gang's all here. Right. So today, Cam, as you can see, is going to be painting the minifigs
Yep.
continuously.
Forever.
It's your boulder to push.
How long could it possibly take me to paint 100 figures, I said, when I was like, we should get Silver Tower. I'll paint the figures. And everyone was like, cool, we would love to play that. And if you're painting the figures, that's awesome. 2 years later.
I mean, if you had done them like Easter eggs, where you just dip them all in one color.
Duh.
And
You know, there is a style of painting
Oh yeah.
called dipping
Yeah.
for mass producing figures that actually looks quite good.
Interesting.
Like you prime them and then you dip them into stain, and then you shake them off inside like an enclosure,
Yeah.
and you let them dry. And if you've got if you're playing like Tyranids and you have 100 Termagants to paint, they look good. They look fine.
Right.
That reminds me of my favorite method of painting table legs. Very similar. Is you take a PVC pipe, just
Yeah.
barely larger than the diameter of the rod that you want to paint or stain,
Yeah.
fill it, and then just dip the leg in
Oh.
and out.
That's clever. I like that.
Wow. Nice even coating that way.
All right. Okay. So yeah, today I'm going to be working on the Naomi, and come hell or high water, I want to get this thing booting and running and doing something. So I've grabbed everything I'm going to need to do that today. Got a laptop, got a Raspberry Pi on which to run PiForce, which is a piece of software that you can use to serve up Naomi ROM images from another device through the net.
Nice.
So right, we're just going to let this go here, and let's start by seeing if we can get the Naomi to power up and just post basically for us.
Maic post.
That's doing some updates, so I'm going to leave that to do its thing. Because it's been so long, it's hard for me to remember what state everything is in.
So here's what I was working on last time. This is I guess kind of like a dark elf spiky boy, and the war priest's faithful hound, and now I'm assembling the Dark Oath champion, just because I wanted to get him built, and I really appreciate his exceptionally flat ass.
Yeah, he
Like-
looks pretty dummy thick there.
Yeah, like when they hear your cheeks clapping. But that's just because he has like a loincloth that has to be glued to his ass. So they decided to make a nice flat surface for it.
We're gonna name him.
It's glued there how, Cam?
Don't think about it too hard. Layers upon layers of what we're going to call a secreted resin. Yeah, but secreted from what?
Gonna call him Donnie Darkoath.
I have a knife.
It's true. I need to be very careful tonight.
That dude looked like he could use one of those new esports gamer jock straps.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. A gift for gamer men from women. Like, was it one of those, like, weird dresses that was the original thing?
It was
Yeah.
like a Star Trek 1960s mini dress, practically. Like,
Right.
And I was like, you can wear whatever you want, but there's something about this that just seems a little bit like,
Like-
look, ladies, we made you a mini skirt to walk around, and I'm like, that's
Yeah.
what it felt like.
It was
Hey,
like a
baby, I got you some
cheerleader
lingerie for your birthday.
Yeah,
It was like a cheerleader style.
it was.
Right.
And
dress.
it's like I was just kind of like, I guess anybody can wear whatever they want. I guess I don't care about
This
that. But it
seems
just seemed like,
self-serving.
well, just
Yeah.
it kind of seemed like the first time you see like we've made clothing for women. It's like I felt like there was a man's eye involved in that somehow, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that doesn't seem right for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, Beach, it's high quality polyester.
Yeah. Yes. Anyway, super weird.
Okay. We've got a bunch of stuff here. And we're going to try booting into... I think we've got the NetBoot chip in there right now. I think. But we still, if I recall, need to have the device connected, the GD-ROM itself.
Blang.
There we go. That's power.
All right. Butt flap firmly secured.
Let's have a look. Oh, that was straightforward.
Yeah.
So the other question now is that his left hand can either be holding an axe or the severed head of a beast mang. You see,
Is that like a +2 severed head?
probably, I guess. I mean, maybe he asks it for advice every once in a while.
It's a familiar.
Yeah. Was it the? I never know how to pronounce Welsh names, but there's a Welsh epic where is it Cuchulainn?
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 Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, carries around a severed head that, like, tells him stories.
I did not know about that. All I knew is that he had a spear.
There's a bunch of stuff. Death severed head, death axe, head. Axe it is.
To not make Doctor Who joke. Where is my VGA cable?
Can't you just give him 3 arms and have him have both?
I mean, it's possible.
The head is biting onto a hand that is holding the axe.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah, are
That,
we
that won't
gonna-
be your problem to store at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I think,
Right back.
does this guy have enough stuff? I think in the manual they say use the head. Maybe the axe is an upgrade he can get later. I'll use the head.
Alrighty.
Once I'm told to do something by a person, I usually do the opposite. But when I'm told to do something by a sheet of paper, I become very slavishly devoted to it.
So you're a religious man.
Yeah, basically. Oh, I'm a gamer? I'm a free thinker, Matt.
Do you have a color scheme picked out for this thick thigh man?
I feel that he should look like he smells like beef jerky.
So taupe.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks like he is made out of whatever's left behind after you reupholster a couch, right?
Like turned inside out, even, or
I don't know. I don't know.
Like his clothing is not made from whole cloth.
No, no. Goodbye. Hey, intact. All right. Things are working as intended. Like he's got a lot of like his pauldrons, because this is a Games Workshop figure. His pauldrons are enormous and made of what I'm going to say looks like beaten iron and bones, and he's got a lot of furs. He's an off-brand Conan, a Conab maybe,
Nab. Are you
or a
gonna go?
Bonan.
Are you gonna go for classic, like bone color, like human bone color, or are you gonna go dark black demon bone color?
I mean, the temptation. I think there's a good argument to be made for like the obsidian colored bone, like yeah, Cohen the Barbarian.
Or red bone,
Yeah, or maybe Keenan.
Keenan.
Like if you were to buy the action figure of the off-brand Conan, you would want like some kind of substituted letter that fits inside the silhouette of an existing character, right? So if you swap the O to a lowercase e, maybe that would work.
Maybe. The C is replaced by a Q.
Ooh, yeah. Quonan.
Conan.
Quonan the Barbarian. I like that. All right. So let's get this head trimmed up and attached. Wait, there's a new Conan the Barbarian comic? Conan the World's Greatest Detective? On one of the forums I go to, there's a recurring meme in their Game of Thrones thread where they refer to the mountain that rides. There's this enormous villainous knight character, and he's referred to by everyone else kind of colloquially as the mountain that rides. And at one point he's, a murder has occurred and they've charged him with finding the culprit. And so now he's referred to as the world's greatest detective. And at one point he's asked how the investigation is going, and he's like, I hanged 20 of my own men last night, and I still haven't found who's responsible. Like, world's greatest detective is on the case.
Yeah. He's the world's greatest because he killed all the other ones.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, you can see the pauldrons are kind of like, his right one has the texture of like beaten metal, and his left one is bone, and then he's got a lot of like charms and I guess fetishes, and like belts and straps.
So he's a kinky boy.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna paint his hawk like bright red, like Kool-Aid red.
He has a hawk?
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Like, well, he's got it's the sides are buzzed. And
Oh,
then,
I thought you meant a bird.
Oh no, no, no.
Okay, so we got a good start here. Right, I should pull that in to view.
We have another camera.
Oh, okay,
Just
good.
hang on.
Error 01.
Good start.
This game is not acceptable by main board.
Why?
That's a good start. Well, that probably is because I think I have the netboot chip in here.
Let's try that again with you having your mic on. I'm sorry.
That's all right. My mic is
No,
in
no,
fact
that's
on.
my
Good.
fault.
We're all on. I think it's because I've got the netboot chip in here right now, which means that the game would not be able to load because it's not allowed to load. And there is no game in there either. So yeah, I think that's it's a good start. At least we've got it up and actually running. And that's the important thing. The next is going to be reading some information about how to make sure the net boot is booting from the net and not from the game.
Ooh. Netboot's first album ruled, but I really felt that they lost their way once they moved out of the clubs.
Das Netboot. All right, let's open up my thing. Pinboard. where I keep all my bookmarks.
Okay, well, that guy is getting cured. I'm going to go back to painting.
And I'm going to bring up what I'm doing up here.
At some point, I have to paint this idiot's hair. Oh, this is gonna suck.
There we go. That's a lot of hair spikes.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Different places. Pinboard.in.
This is going to be challenging.
Just channel some of your teenage energy and passion about like anime hair into this task.
I mean, I think I need to bring up Nine Inch Nails' March of the Pigs video to really get a sense for how this guy should look.
And if I can take a guess, I'm guessing that your ideal anime hair is probably fairly straight, flat, and then has a little bit of curl at the end. I'm talking Macross.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, Lisa Hayes.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that was
Yeah.
first waifu. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a macro cannon straight to the chest.
That's how you can tell who your friends are. Do they go with Misa or do they go with Minmay?
Oh, yeah. You ever realize you have a type when you realize that your first three popular media waifus were Lisa Hayes, Dana Scully, and like I forget now. I've forgotten my waifus.
I really want you to say Christy McNichol from The Facts of Life.
Actually, it was Lisa Hayes, Dana Sterling, Max's daughter,
Oh yes.
and Beverly Crusher.
Yeah, that's about right.
All right, there's some metal jumpers that I need to apparently.
Well, actually, third waifu was, to be quite honest, was in Twin Peaks.
Wait,
All of them?
Wait, Laura Palmer? What?
No, Audrey Horne.
Okay.
So that's an outlier.
I never had a waifu. I wonder why.
Well, fair enough.
All right, so here we go. I found the jumpers that need to be flipped. Let's make those nice and big so everyone can see in the TV. Well, before I. There we go.
See, to recreate my teenage Warhammer painting experience, you need to have just a rotating 6 CD changer of In Flames albums. And you're in a friend's basement.
What, not your own basement?
No. You had to get out of the house. Naturally. And I still have to paint this hair. How much time is left in the stream? Okay.
I think what you should do is have like just mousy brown roots, and then since you have the blue base coat there,
Yeah.
make it that teal from when someone goes into a pool with blue hair that they've dyed.
Oh, God, yeah. And it just, like, reacts.
Yeah,
Like when somebody would bleach their hair and then go out in the sun,
yeah.
and it would just, like, crisp up.
This man has some regrets.
Mm-hmm.
That makes some things so much easier.
Yep, still need to paint this hair. Hair is sure not getting painted right now. I'll repaint the base coat.
What do we need to do for you so that you feel comfortable painting this hair?
Go back to when I was 6 years old and make me stick to doing anything.
Fair and same.
That's a hard
Make
one.
me follow through on anything I've ever done in life.
Oh.
That's some relatable content right there.
Okay, how does this open up again? They don't make this easy to get into. Oh, right. I need to take out the SCSI connector screws on the front here.
Don't let your connectors go scuzzy.
I honestly do miss SCSI though as an interface.
I miss SCSI as a character from Reboot.
See, there's the Dana Scully angle.
Ah, yes.
It was fax modem or no, Data Nully, wasn't it? Yeah.
Data Nully.
Fax modem. Oop, there we go. That little bracket doesn't need to be in there. Okay, so am I in the correct mode or not? I'm in NetBoot mode. All right. That is the NetBoot chip, I assume then, and it's in there.
I don't want to give the impression to chat that I know anything about heavy metal. I mean, I listen to Opeth, for Christ's sake.
I thought you were a chemist. You should know a lot about heavy metal.
Yeah, they don't go down the sink.
Well, they can.
Well, I mean, they can, yeah. Sure can. They don't go on the sink, and they're the reason that I can't throw out my old lab coat.
Right, right.
I have some very, very brightly colored stains on my lab coat.
Oh no.
They're very pretty greens and reds.
Yeah, are you trying to recreate the old dyes of yore? When
Oh.
people thought, oh, let's do a
Heavens, no.
chemistry and then wear it.
Yeah,
Maybe eat it too.
we want to dye our food green.
There
It's
must,
vibrant.
there must certainly be a way to obviously not clean your coat, but to dispose of it in a.
Oh yeah, I would
Yeah.
take it in and they would put it in, send it to be incinerated.
Oh, okay. Doesn't that just burn off all the metal and make it like airborne?
Well,
They capture it.
They don't just throw it in a fire beach. There's a
Christ.
reactor.
Good. All right. That's all I mean. All right. Because I was gonna be like, why not just burn it yourself? And it's like, well, reasons.
Okay, I think I'm actually catching up on where I used to be in the process here, and that I think we discovered that you don't need the GD-ROM to run to boot from the net. Surprise, surprise.
You just need to believe in yourself.
Oh, that's going to be a problem.
Are you keeping considerable notes?
Oh no, not at all.
Okay.
Which is part of the problem.
God, that tool looks so useful.
Yeah, it looks. How much was that?
Too much.
Are you sure though?
It was over $100.
Is that even though?
I mean, if I keep it around for a while, it's saving me time.
Yeah.
It makes a very satisfying noise.
Oh, it really does, doesn't it?
I mean, your wrists will then keep working well into your 80s,
Mm-hmm.
while the rest of us plebs will, have some sort of wasting disease.
Though Corey nearly disowned me when when she asked if I had my soldering iron and screwdriver with me, and I said, yes, they're part of my EDC now. Rightfully so.
Nobody wants to be dating that type of person, I guess.
Just to clarify, EDC means everyday carry.
Yes, yes.
Are there a good deal of EDC like podcasts or video casts out there?
Oh, God, I'm sure there have
Because
to be.
like when Alex and I did show and tell, when everyone else was gone, I felt it was really interesting. We just did a show and tell stream, and Alex showed off a model kit he had built, and I showed I went through my briefcase
Oh,
and just kind of like
Cleaned
looked
it
at
out.
well, talked a bit about why I carry the things I carry with me.
yeah, I'd love to be involved in something like that. Because I do take great care in the things that I carry with me on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. And then you'll note, loyal viewers of the show will note that I have a bunch of these mesh bags.
Oh,
And-
so you can see inside them.
Yes, but I also have them color-coded, and I have ones that are not this one. This is my everyday usual or presentation. But there's others that have that I'll use for when I'm doing specifically audio interconnects, or if I need to throw my multi-tools in a bag.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
And that way I know when I need to tell someone to go get that thing for me, I can say, oh yeah, it's in the yellow bag in my bag.
Oh, I like that.
Recursive bags.
So yeah, gateway cannot be found. That's great. That actually is exactly what we want right now.
Well, I assume it's not hooked up to a gateway.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, does anyone else remember gateway computers?
Absolutely.
With their cow-themed
Yeah.
literature?
Everything. Boxes.
Yeah, I went to Reddit's EDC subreddit, and there's a lot of guns. There's just a lot of guns. Like, people are like, yeah, I carry around, like, this is my phone and this is the case I use. And I'm like, okay, interesting. And here's my music player, and I keep it separate from my phone because I like having different functionalities. And these are my pens, and this is my key fob, and here's my holdout pistol, and here's my regular handgun, and here's a knife, and here's another knife, and here's my boot knife, and here's my glove knife, and my chest knife, and my eye knife. I'm like,
Too much. I used to subscribe to a few EDC blogs because they used to be a good source of finding out, what's a good product.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what is a good, reliable thing that people trust to carry around with them to get whatever it is they need to get done.
And then they started to transfer into being sort of a lifestyle thing.
Yeah.
And getting very, very focused on these are the weapons that I carry with me every day in addition to this pen, which is also a shiv.
Yeah,
Every pen is a shiv, Ian.
if you believe.
Yeah.
It was like when I went to the subreddit Mechanical Head Pens. Because it's mechanical, people showing off mechanical keyboards, headphones, and fountain pens.
Yes, I
And
remember
I was like,
that.
this is awesome. This is like 3 things that I really enjoy, right? And I find aesthetically pleasing and interesting, and I want to see how other people do it. And then they also did, every month they have another thing that they ask people to,
Add.
contribute, right? To keep things mixed up, right? Sometimes it's notebooks, sometimes it's like pencils or your amp for your headphones. And then they did vapes, and everyone was like, yes, finally, I can finally show off my vape. And I'm like, trying to make eye contact with somebody.
How do I?
It's like, is there anybody else out there that feels the way I do right now?
Yeah.
No? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I haven't been seeing as many vapes around recently as I did before. They seem to be maybe on the end of their fad phase.
Maybe, yeah.
Or
Well, I
everyone-
mean, they kind of got banned everywhere.
yeah,
At
there's
least
that.
in Victoria, people decided that it wasn't so much the particulates that really bothered them with people smoking indoors, it was the smells.
Yeah.
And being suddenly assaulted by somebody who's just like, I'm going to exhale 45 liters of cotton candy scented air at you.
Yes. Please enjoy birthday cake.
Yeah.
And
It smells nice.
this just came out of my lungs, and now you're going to take it into yourself.
Yeah, birthday cake and bad breath. Here
Yeah.
we go.
I had a
We're on keyboard rests now? Oh,
good. I had a
ooh.
there's a blog called Cool Tools, and it's one of Kevin Kelly's blogs.
Okay.
And rather, he doesn't actually. I don't know if Kevin Kelly does much to do with Cool Tools anymore or not, but kk.org/cooltools, and I like reading it. It's one thing a day. That's a weird thing out of nowhere because it's like it's not about like kitchen tools or whatever. It's like
Well, it can be sometimes.
Yeah, it
That's-
can be. But
Like
it's-
that's how I found out how to get the best fish turner.
yeah, and that's the thing is like it's not a thing where it's not even about like this is the best. It's about where somebody said for my particular thing that I use this for, this worked out really well for me. And then like 2 months
okay.
later, somebody else would be like, I have something similar to that, but it's actually more like this, and I like it because it has these other features. It's just kind of like people giving their sense of a thing they want to say.
Yeah, like what's valuable to them and
Yeah.
what they find useful or ergonomic or aesthetically pleasing.
So Mark Frauenfelder's been running it for a while, and I swear, 2 or 3 times a week, they dredge up old cool tools from like 2010 or 2009, stuff that's not even available to buy anymore, but they like repost that shit back onto that's today's cool tool. Is something that's 8 years old. I'm like, huh, okay. But then, most recently, there was one that went up that was like a Honeywell germ-free cool mist humidifier. And I was reading the description because everyone's supposed to write in with their own reviews and to say, here's what I want to say about this cool thing and here's how I use it. And I'm reading this, it's about 8 paragraphs long, and I'm like, this is ad copy.
Yeah.
This is
Really?
literally
this is just
ad
their
copy.
PA.
I couldn't believe it, and I was like, "What the hell is
You
this?"
felt kind of betrayed.
So, well, I tweeted at them because they used to have a comment section where you could just post comments, but that I think kind of eroded. So I found the Twitter and I said, "Hey, can you tell me why the Honeywell review reads like ad copy?" And then 24 hours later, I go back and there's a post from Mark having said, "We've removed this review while we figure out whether or not this is legit or not." And I'm like,
Ooh.
"Yes!"
You did something, Deej.
I hope it was not just me, but if it was just me, great.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Good investigative journalism there.
It just was. It read so much like ad copy because they were using all of they weren't writing like trademark symbols, but they
Right.
were using all the actual terms for all the this has pure quiet technology.
Ah,
or
yes,
everything
the-
is slightly quieter.
And everything's capitalized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and in the right way. And I'm just like, oh god.
The blogs and that type that I've been enjoying most recently have I can't remember the name of one. I'll see if I can look it up at the break maybe. But they're taking interviews from knowledge workers and creators and asking them what they use for their day-to-day work,
Yeah.
what they use for their own home fun things, and what their dream setup would be.
Oh.
And then providing, of course, the requisite affiliate links so you can find out where to get these things and kick back to the blog as well.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
But it's nice to actually to see what people actually use.
Yeah. Although that does, like, hearing that and hearing the kickback thing, that just does make me think, how many of these things are being mentioned because they want to sell them? Which, I mean, you can't mention a product without that passing through some people's minds.
Yeah.
So,
We're on Checking Network now, which is great.
I love checking networks.
Okay.
Do we expect it to actually find a network or not?
Probably not.
Okay.
What I'll need to do is, I mean,
I didn't know if I should leave it up here until it comes up.
yeah, you can probably leave that off because apparently this might just actually be the network might be good, and it's just looking for the server of the game, and I don't have one running, so that's cool.
When is it gonna hack into the mainframe?
Are you bypassing encryptions?
Yes, actually.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
literally
that's what this. It's a cracker box. Get him.
That's what the chip does. Yeah, actually, that's something I can probably show off and would be interesting to people. So real games, and I am using real games with this. Real Naomi games. The Naomi was basically a bigger brother or bigger sister to the Dreamcast. And the games ship on GD-ROMs, which are those proprietary CD technology, compact, by which I mean compact disc. And yeah, they go in the GD-ROM, but what keeps them from being copied or being able to be copied like a Dreamcast game is that they all ship with these decryption chips.
That's getting closer, actually.
Yeah.
See how close we can get in.
That's as close.
Well, never mind. Ian, hold it closer to the camera.
It's just the standard,
Oh, it's just a standard IC.
yeah, nothing special about it, except what's on it are decryption keys for what's in the disk. And so the idea is that the NetBoot chip will decrypt the ROMs as they come across the network served from a central server. And this was actually something that Sega produced so that people could swap out games in arcades a lot faster than going in and actually having to open the cabinet and change the thing. They could just say, okay, let's push Marvel vs. Capcom to the machine today because this is a Thursday and all the fighting guys like to come in to do that.
All the rowdy boys.
All the rowdy boys. So next up, we got to get ourselves into NetBoot mode. And by NetBoot mode, I mean put together a NetBoot server, which is what this Raspberry Pi is for, which means I'm going to swap over into Windows so that I can use my SD card slot.
Whenever I hear Raspberry Pi, I just want a slice
Yeah.
of Raspberry Pi.
Like I really want a raspberry turnover.
Yeah.
Flaky pastry, jammy contents, but tart.
Maybe a croissant filled with raspberry and cream cheese.
Ooh. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah. Oh, is it angry?
Nope, it's happy. That was me telling it to don't boot into Mac OS. Let me choose which one I'm going to do, and F12 lets me do that. SanDisk or
Okay.
SanDisk.
We are very slowly getting there with the hair, his flowing Bishi locks. I mean, they have to be white, right?
Yeah, is this a Sephiroth cosplayer?
Yeah, basically. Only he's got hooks for his hands. You know, he's between Sephiroth and Pinhead. So we'll give him flowing white Bishi locks.
Who was just shut down the stream and watch Bahubali instead? We've got. Well, no, we're.
You just found Bahubali on there?
Yeah, it's popped right up for me.
Ian, what is Bahubali?
Bahubali is probably it's one of my favorite Indian films.
Oh.
It's a two-parter epic series from 2012, I think.
Is it that recent?
It's very recent.
Because I thought the conclusion was from 2016.
Bahubali is 2017, the conclusion. I don't have Bahubali 1 on here.
Okay.
But, oh, that's right. I probably want to mirror my displays. How do that? Display settings. Multiple displays. Duplicate these displays. Keep changes. Great. Okay. Still checking network. Good for it. All right, so there's going to be a couple things I'm going to need to download from the net.
I'm in.
Board.in. No internet. It's because I have not connected to the Moonbase Wi-Fi. Good, it remembered my password. And we'll just use one password to log in, because password management is good. There we go. Okay. So thankfully there is a piece of software on GitHub from a person named dev-tty0, which is a great name, called PyForce Web, which is a fork of the PyForce series of software, which will serve up ROMs to the Naomi 2, a couple other Sega-based systems. I think the Chihiro is included in that, but so we're just going to need to download the software.
The softest of wares.
And we need to get the legacy version because we have an old Raspberry Pi. And while we're doing that, let's get Etcher too, because I don't think I have that. And it's become my my burning software of choice when I'm not using DD.
That's nice, isn't it?
From TechSpot.
A veteran Pi.
I am going to figure out what's wrong with that pie that we just bought. I'm going to figure it out.
I believe in you.
I don't understand why it can't boot from just a base image that I just put on it. Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I don't think I'm doing anything wrong.
Maybe it's just shy.
God, if it was a shy pie.
Shy Pi. See, my big problem is whenever I'm downloading Windows software, I'm never sure where the safe places are to download from. I understand. With the Mac, I always just try to go directly to the source, but sometimes things Okay, good. Yes, there we go. Etcher.io. That's what I want. All right, download for Windows XP4. Which one will get here quicker? Etcher or Pi Force Web?
Pi Force.
Web.
Pi Force Web. Pi Force Web. I can't do a falsetto at all.
You know,
Wouldn't it be awesome to just be able to do a falsetto?
Just whenever you want,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm gonna say it's actually not really worth it.
Oh,
Do you have
Yeah.
experience?
Just naturally high voice means that it's easy to get into that high range. And yeah,
I mean, as somebody who speaks with a deep and rumbling bass, I can't relate at all.
beautiful room-filling tones.
My stirring baritone.
As opposed to the spreading baritone.
The shaking baritone.
All right, install. That's a different piece of software.
Ooh, are we going to see what ads you get served?
Yeah.
For this section, do you want that back monitor showing everything?
Yeah, this is exactly. You guys at home get to see the sausage getting made. From back to front.
Because otherwise you're just sitting there tapping
Yeah,
on some
staring
shit
at
for a while.
staring at a laptop, and that's no fun for anyone. At the very least, I can speak at the screen, and you can see what I'm speaking at.
Just ignore that tab that says Joseph Stalin hentai.
Where has that been coming from recently? That's a meme, right?
The Joseph Stalin.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a image search from I think
Where is
Nin-
this sentence going?
1990.
Ian?
Well, no, it was 1998, and it was a Google image search just for Stalin. And I think on row 3, there's just a naked man with a massive erection. Everything else is Joseph Stalin.
Right.
And then just like
Oh,
I wonder how you got there.
Man of Steel, I guess.
I mean, yeah, young Joseph Stalin, a fine-looking man, but he had those eyes. If you find that picture of young Joseph Stalin that people send around saying young Joseph Stalin was handsome, you're like, yeah, he had nice hair, but those eyes are scary. Those eyes are very scary. Also, he was Stalin.
Most importantly,
Most importantly, he was Stalin.
I was Stalin for all of his life.
Death of Stalin, though.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a hell of a film.
Do take some time to watch that if you haven't already, kids. This folder is empty. You're lying to me. Okay, maybe you're not.
Cameron, one of his eyes is bigger than the other.
Weird.
Maybe that's just aberration from the lens, but
What I'm now
Yeah.
going to do.
I mean, I feel like at some point I'm going to be making a public statement along the lines of that drill tweet. You know, it's like, I wish to correct myself, my earlier tweet. You do not, under any circumstances, gotta hand it to ISIL. Right?
Under any circumstances.
But yeah, Death of Stalin, though. That sequence where the NKVD is looting his mansion and just start shooting each other. Like they get too excited shooting all his staff.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, they've got to execute everyone who knows that Stalin's dead, right?
Including themselves, apparently.
Yeah.
Clean it out. That's a film I'm definitely going to have to give a rewatch to soon. Now that it's out in home video format. I'm assuming it's out in home video format.
Yeah, for a couple of years now.
On
Oh.
VHS?
I mean, I guess you could probably rip it to VHS.
Oh. Yeah, it's coming to Netflix Canada later this month.
Oh,
That's
good.
nice. Oh, good. Good, yes. 2017.
What
year is it?
It's 2019.
Good.
I'm reasonably certain it's 2019.
Okay.
Please tell me if it's not.
Because we went through a lot of shit in 2017, and I'd like to not have to do that again.
Yeah.
All right. Flashing occurs. While you wait, check out our featured product. How did you know we were going to get ads, Cam?
It's the internet, Ian.
Yeah, I assumed it was just going to wind up with ads.
Oh,
Are you paying? Are you downloading free software, Ian?
yes. It's ad supported. Okay. Actually, I'm going to have to... No, I'm not going to have to do anything on there. I'm going to have to make all the changes here in terms of what network, adapter, IP addresses, subnet masks, all the good stuff. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about Rufus. Thank you, Anrin. That's that was my go-to, and should be my go-to again. Really, I should just get back into using DD. Put the Windows or the Linux subsystem on Windows here. Also, I don't think I have my terminal emulator of choice on here. Hyper Terminal Emulator.
How's the hair turning out, Cam?
Very, very long. I mean, it's probably fine, right? But this is kind of hard to give a lot of depth and dimension to. I'll put on a wash and then highlight it up some more, and
Yeah, that boy looks like he does need to wash his hair.
it is always a pain. That's why I tend to avoid doing white hair. Like, you'll notice, if you look at the other figures I painted, their crests are typically like red. Or I could bring them up here.
Hang on a second. We'll get a shot of them on the table.
Is red hair easier to paint?
I find it easier to paint. So what I'm really trying to do is find some common elements between all the different figures that allow them to be recognizably kind of on the same team, right?
Red and blue.
Yeah. Tricky. I need to find some way to get some red onto this figure. Does anyone know where I can put red on a Warhammer figure? There's just no... Oh, of course I'm going to be basting them. Definitely.
This is the pre-paint before you actually prime them, right?
Yes, yeah. After this, I'm going to spray paint them Chaos Black, dry brush them a bit, and then, yeah, they'll be good to go.
Get it in quick. Ooh, I do like the idea that Plummeting Sloth has of giving them matching armbands or some other form of...
Yes,
Yeah,
give them
group
matching red
affiliation.
armbands. That's not weird at all.
Yeah, no, I think we'll be skipping that one. But, like, usually those things were used historically, right? Like, you see Master and Commander. For some reason, Master and Commander has recently re-entered the public discourse.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, this overlooked classic film. And I'm like, it was
Are
fine.
you sure?
But yeah, at the end when they're boarding the French privateer, or getting ready to, all all the British sailors tie black armbands on their left arms, right, so they can identify one another, because all the sailors pretty much look the same,
Yeah.
right? But that's usually because when you don't have a lot of control over your uniform, right, you need something identifying. I have total control,
Over every
over how these people look. So honestly, it should not be trivial, but simple for me to find some way of giving them a unified look.
I find it slightly amusing that you're bringing up this story from Master and Commander as the example of using the black armband to identify people. Because I think just yesterday in my Twitter feed, someone was going over the chapter of One Piece where they do a similar thing.
Oh, really?
But it's because they're fighting up against a group of people who can make themselves look like exact copies.
Oh, okay. So they need to find like a garment of some kind.
Exactly. And so they just end up tying really just a white rag around each of their left arms.
I mean, this is probably a fairly common thing, I guess. If
think
it turns up
so.
in a lot of like popular media about the age of sail.
Getting that feeling. All right, that's laptop work for a bit. Just gonna put this to sleep, and then it's time to start working on the pie. Now, how do I want to do this? Do I want to attempt to connect the pie? I think we'll just try and boot the pie and use this screen as a display for the moment. And then once I've got it up and running, I can swap over to just SSHing into it. Which means we'll need to plug in the Houdini.
If I could paint any miniature in the GW range, what would it be?
Is there such a thing as chase minis?
Yeah, like I was actually thinking the ones that I liked a lot that have been out of print for a long time were Chris Fitzpatrick sculpted a unit of Slaneshi demonettes that have been out of print for a long time that I thought were really cool looking. But what would be a sweet figure to paint? I don't know.
Well, if you're looking for a commission, I've got a Hitomi Kanzaki garage kit that needs working on
Ooh.
from Vision of Escaflowne. Oh, Escaflowne.
Nice. Nice. I appreciate you did that.
All right. Great. That's a Raspberry Pi. It's doing things. Keep doing the things.
You know it's a Raspberry Pi because it has a little berry in the corner.
Yep. Okay, so some things have failed.
Link is not ready.
No. IPv6, adconf, net up, LAN wink not ready. So I'm guessing that the Wi-Fi card that I have for this is not compatible with PiForce tools, but that's okay. I think we can work around that. Let's see what happens if we plug in this and then restart, boy.
My boy, you restarted him.
Will it know? Will it know what's up? There's always a small amount of waiting in these things. So yeah, good to know that the GD-ROM is not actually required to power or to run the NetBoot system. All right, so the W, that's not ready. But let's see if it gets recognized by the Naomi. Oh, okay, very cool. Link is up, 100 megabits full duplex, IPv6, ETH link becomes ready. Link down, link up.
That's the way we liked it. Wow, 2 live crew. I got some weird synapses firing tonight.
All right. Show me, what's it? Show me potato salad? Potato salad, apparently. Checking network. Okay, let's hop over to the Raspberry Pi screen and see what it says. Things you're doing.
No time information.
No time. Thank you. Okay, so it just, the link is up. So I'm guessing that I don't actually have, I'm not serving any, I'm not serving anything right now because it's, I haven't told it to serve anything, and I don't have anything to serve.
Mm.
Got a fingerprint in. Come on, there we go.
Okay.
Let me see here. Maybe I'll have to grab myself. I've ripped a couple of ROMs at home, so I should probably grab one of those from here. FileZilla. Host is. I will update later. Remember, kids, it's not nice to hack the person who's streaming for your entertainment. Interesting. Oh, right.
Bo?
I'm bad at using FileZilla because I don't use FileZilla all that much. Let's just clear that out. I keep forgetting that by default the Quick Connect wants to put you through regular FTP and not SFTP. All right, let's drag those over. Thankfully the games themselves are pretty small once you get to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they were burned to a single CD, right, a couple 100 megabytes.
Well, that's the nice thing about the GD-ROM is it got you up to about a gigabyte actually.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Oh, Orion's Rise. Is it a Naomi? It's Naomi. So that's something. Let's see if I can connect to the Pi via the Ethernet jack itself. So let's bring up the pin board for the GitHub information again. Let's have a look at that README. Okay, on Power Up, a wireless network called Naomi will be created. Haha. You can connect to this with the password Sega Rocks using your iPhone tablet.
Because Sega rocks.
Sega Rocks.
It really whips the llama's ass.
Is that what the kids are saying?
No, that's what the 40-year-olds are saying.
Oh, I've never been good at Windows networking. Is it under IP? Internet Protocol version 4. Configure, no, not configure. No, don't proceed. Properties, there we go. Obtain IP address automatically. No, we want to, or do we? Source, go back to the Raspberry Pi and see if it recognizes the new connection.
Is it good or is it a missed connection?
Oh, it's a missed connection. I think we're going to have to actually...
You, the beautiful cosplayer at the booth. Me, the kind, gentle sir in the dashing fedora. I feel we shared an energy.
Jeez.
Was it a good energy? I'm feeling like it wasn't.
Okay, let's open up Hyper. Oh, good, SSH works. Root, no, root at 192.168.1.1. Okay. 2. So far, no good. Let's plug this back in. Yeah, link up, full duplex. That's all good. I was really worried I was going to have to source a crossover cable, but... So apparently in test mode, you should be able to set the IP address.
Okay.
RAM test, CRT, let's go system assignments. No, that's normal. Bookkeeping,
Are we gonna do our taxes? Like,
it's 1950. So, Game test mode? No, nothing there. Dim board test? Oh yeah, it's going to take a while. Maybe I need to do something different. Huh. Do we still have any of those Wi-Fi dongles in the office?
The USB?
Yeah.
let's see.
Oh no. Henry noticed that I'm using Hyper, and that it is an Electron app, and that I've talked about Electron apps before.
Are you a hypocrite?
Absolutely.
Fast.
Ooh. I was not expecting a cord attached to that. That could have been disastrous.
Hence the think fast.
It literally, you can unplug the white thing from the base.
Great.
It is just it's a USB dongle in a USB extension base.
Okay. All right, let's take out the monoprice one. They were cheap. They don't work right. Ooh.
I was going to say, no chance this one works right either.
Well, I mean, it did cause enough power draw to restart the Pi.
Whoops.
Maybe I should have brought the bigger USB charger. Oh,
Oh,
things start looking better. I'm seeing far fewer fails. Okay, Raspberry Pi login now. Oh, wait, no. Check syslog for diagnostics. Failed. The hell?
That sounds fun.
Did it go bad? Did resetting it just bork everything? This disk needs to be formatted. You know what? Let's just re-etch it. It didn't take that long. But it looked like it was playing nicely with the Wi-Fi adapter, so that's a good sign so far. Turn this off so that we're not so loud. There we go. Pi Force.
So here we go. We're getting there, I feel.
How close to there do you feel you are?
You know, we're probably like 80% done this miniature,
Wow.
but that last 20 is a real mother. Might not take very long, shouldn't take that long, could take very long.
Didn't expect them both to come down like that.
That's an interesting idea. Orion's Rise says, paint the braid red.
Which braid?
There are a few
He's
in
got
the
a
hair,
couple,
right?
doesn't he?
Those are
Those are chains? Oh, I see.
Oh,
Well, then paint them like he's dipped them in blood.
Could you imagine having chains whipping around you with hair like this? Like you just and like pull out a chunk of your scalp and brain. Right?
Yep, you'd be done.
Yeah.
It's actually one of my favorite parts about shaving the head is not having hair get caught in things.
how often did that happen to you?
Not often, but it doesn't feel good, and when it does pull, it's
Like when you scratch your scalp, and
Yeah.
I wear my watch on the inside, and occasionally, just occasionally, you know, you get a strand of hair caught in the pins or something.
That's why I'll never wear a watch with those expandable plates
Yeah,
as
like
the
the
strap.
what's the Apple Watch,
the Milanese loop.
the Milanese loop?
Yes.
Yeah, with the very fine chain link.
Surprisingly, I've never had my hairs caught in the Milanese loop itself.
Really, I
Yeah.
would have assumed that those would just like you would have like this polished, smooth band around your wrist.
That's what I thought too, but apparently nothing gets tight enough within the weave for it to actually bind.
Interesting.
I have had hair catch on the magnetic closure.
Okay.
that's-
Yeah, that would be a right bastard.
No, I think someone else, Flat Luigi asked, Ian, have you gotten your beard caught in anything yet? Yes, I was going to bring that up, that don't get the head hair caught much, but getting beard hair caught between the teeth during flossing is just never fun.
Maybe trim it a bit if you're doing that.
Yeah, if you're flossing with your beard hair, man, trim your beard.
You need some sort of like mustache bra, like General Melchett wore in Blackadder Goes Forth when he goes to bed. Ian's never seen Blackadder, so he has no idea what I'm talking about. But
Oh, wow, you're just going to out me like that?
I am.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair.
Stephen Fry had a massive mustache for that role, and he had a great big, like, when he would sleep, he had this great big, like, mesh colored bra for his for his mustache. It was great. And I think they're about to get you an image.
Yep,
so
that's
Oh
good.
boy.
And by imaged, I mean ISO image with a Blackadder DVD box set. I think I've seen an episode of Blackadder, and I know that my friends didn't stop talking about it all through university.
I really enjoy that he's playing quite different interpretations of the same character in the different series. I mean, it's a different person, but the let's say the intelligence of the character varies wildly across the series.
Well, isn't it a satire or a farce?
Oh yeah, well, absolutely.
But I do
like-
love that as a concept of following a name through different eras of history.
Like Captain Blackadder is quite like cunning, right, and intelligent, whereas the Black Adder is a giant dumbass.
Ah, yes.
You can be
Right.
both.
Yeah. It's basically British JoJo's. Wow. Yeah.
No, I know enough of the catchphrases because I had to be able to participate in polite society at the time.
Yeah. No, that's yeah.
Great booze up, Raymond.
Edmund.
See?
Great booze up, Edmund.
Raymond, Edmund.
Same basic mund.
Yeah. Everyone loves Raymond.
Everybody loves Raymond.
Good old Rayman.
I thankfully never had to work in the food service in a place where I had to wear a beard net,
Ah.
particularly because I keep mine short, but also just that sounds so uncomfortable.
Yeah. Like I know in the Canadian Navy you're allowed to grow out your beard. Male sailors are allowed to grow out their beards. But you cannot appear above decks until your beard is fully developed.
Interesting.
So you're allowed to either be clean shaven or fully bearded, but don't show yourself to the public when you've got that shit going on.
Right. That's good. That's good advice in general.
Yeah, don't go to work if you're in the in-between stage.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's like a thing where it's like the expectation is you'll be able to grow a beard in like 6 weeks, for sure. So after 6 weeks, if you come out and you have this shitty teenage mustache because you can't grow a beard, and they're like, you have to shave that. It's like, no, this is my beard. This is as much as it grows, and that's it. I am allowed to wear this. Like, well, then you're dishonorably discharged.
Pie. Raspberry. Well, they've changed the login information, so that's good to know.
Did someone hack into your pie?
No, no one's hacked into my pie.
That's the default username and password for every Raspberry Pi.
Correct.
But it means that PiForce has probably already changed it on installation, which is cool.
Did you hurt yourself again? Ken?
Yes.
First
Okay.
your back, now your elbow.
Yeah. Don't worry, this one's just temporary though. Once the spots fade from my vision, the injury is basically done. I always do this. How do I always hit my elbows on things? Knees. I guess I'm clumsy, that's the answer.
I remember coming home from work from my previous job all the time having bruises up and down my shins. And I could not tell you where any of them came from. But I'm just hitting them on tables and on chairs.
Yep.
It's kind of scary when you get an injury and you don't remember how.
Yeah.
All right. I'm beginning to wonder if it might actually be if there might be an issue with the card itself too. So what I'm going to do, shut this down, try a different card, because I came prepared. And I'm also going to install that extender too, so I'm not bending that USB port by having the keyboard hooked up as well. All right. Apparently you want to resize the partitions too, because you want to put your ROMs in the FAT32.
Like right on the card?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But a ROM's about, are they 2 gig?
No, they're
They run smaller than that?
yeah, the test ROMs brought along with me today are the Azumanga Daioh Puyo Puyo. That runs 81 megabytes. And Lupin the Typing, which runs 160 megabytes.
Are you shitting me?
I'm not sure.
Where does that sit in the whole canon?
I've been dying to play Lupin the Typing.
That's the whole reason this exists here.
Is Fujiko in it?
I believe so. It was a port of. So you remember House of the Dead in the arcade?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
had
yeah.
The gun game. So they did a Lupin the Third House of the Dead.
Hmm.
That was just you and Jigen go through a train. I'm sure you go farther than that, but it was the arcade. I never got farther than the first level.
Right.
So when they made House of the Dead, the Typing.
Typing of the Dead?
Exactly. That was the same game, but everyone had Dreamcast backpacks and keyboards up here. They did the same with the Lupin version.
For certain, I thought it was a typing game, like
Oh no, it is.
ASDF.
Yeah, you instead of shooting, it's the same game as House of the Dead, but in front of every enemy is a word. You type the word, they die.
Cameron, did we never show you Typing of the Dead? I'm so
No.
sorry. I'm so sorry. It's a typing simulator where you type in words to kill zombies.
You have to tell me if I'm having a stroke right now.
It's a real thing. I'm not a
don't-
cop.
Did I die?
It's
Well, how good are you at typing?
it's one of my favorite moments and highlights is when Beach and I finally beat the final boss, and he just flies up into the air.
Yep.
What was the last word to beat him?
I can't remember, but sometimes they'll have phrases like "I touch yours."
Sorry,
Sandwiches are delicious. There you go. There's some GIF in the.
Okay,
Yep.
I guess this is
ABBA.
real.
what? ABBA is powerful.
Yeah, typing shooters are a small but beloved genre.
Okay, well, TIL.
In fact, I was when I was playing on the last LAN, just to kill time in between PUBG matches, I downloaded a small web-based one that's more Galaga-like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Neat.
Fun things you can do to increase your words per minute. Participate in the customer experience improvement program. Don't mind if I don't. McAfee Web Advisor. That's not getting installed.
David Lynch teaches typing.
Was that at a GD, a Games Done Quick?
Yeah.
Wow. That would be an interesting speed run.
Dude in a silk dress. Sounds comfortable.
Oh, yeah. Smooth against the legs. Oh, disk and partition management. That's what I want.
That's all I need, Flat Luigi. That's all I need.
Take you through the magical world of typing.
It was on a watch and play, apparently.
Really?
That's what Doodle says. Sorry, I should be speaking into the mic. I should actually be doing my job and changing cameras when things happen.
But we all appreciate you speaking into the mic. Okay. Now we're just waiting for the flash to finish.
That's like some Quicksilver hair.
I mean, it probably looks okay.
I mean, on camera, it looks pretty damn good.
I mean, you could just cut a bunch of the hair off and turn that into a David Lynch do.
I suppose I could. We're getting there.
Yep.
Just one lock of hair is red.
Maybe.
They came from the mid 2000s.
Buh.
There was that period of time, right?
There was.
colored rogue look.
I'm pretty sure the Pokemon typing game that we played for Nintendo DS was a Matters of Import thing, wasn't it? I thought it was.
Feel like it was?
Yeah, because we did it in this office.
Yeah.
Did you just have to type out what type of Pokemon it was? Like
Kind
rock
of.
flying?
Not really, but it was like a Pokemon Snap in this case that you were on rails and you had to type things out as they were coming on screen. And if you could do that enough, then you could eventually capture that Pokemon. It's a fun game. And it came with a little keyboard.
Yes, that was the important thing.
Yeah. An affordable Bluetooth keyboard. Because there was no other way to get a keyboard to hook up to a DS. And so they just put a Bluetooth chip, I believe, inside the cart. And then you just paired the keyboard to it.
Neat. That's clever.
Yeah. It was a good idea. And I was like, oh, shit. And this is a good way to get like a $40 Bluetooth keyboard.
It's a
That's
shame
small.
the game really wasn't all that fun.
Do you not enjoy typing?
I love typing. The game didn't make the typing fun. Disk and partition management. All
Yay.
right. Next step, we need to drag the EXT partition to the end. Da, da, da. How do? Just click and drag it in the GUI. Well, okay. Well, my dudes, it doesn't work the way you say it does. Partition, modify. Ooh. Fat. Modify. Ooh, there we go. So you need to right click on these things. There we go. Move, resize, move it to there. Okay. That's the EXT. And then this needs to be move resized to be maximum size. Okay.
Huh.
And then we want to apply the changes. Whee! Spinning animations are fun and important in software.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's going to be going for a while. Do we want to take ourselves a little break here?
I would love to take a break.
Let's take a short break, and we'll be back with more figure painting, more tongue wagging, and more whatever this is after this. Don't go away. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Just entering in my two-factor code on Gmail here, because that's happening.
On stream.
Hi, everyone.
Thanks, Beach.
Huh, this is odd.
With the flawless comedic timing.
Turns out that code you saw on stream was the wrong code.
They are.
That code's
Don't
only
check
good for
it.
like 30 seconds anyway, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And you still need to know my password. That said,
And have your phone. For which you would need to know Ian's precise geographic location.
oh Jesus, the call's coming from inside the room. 896. There we go.
Did you really just say? Oh well, I guess. It
The
does.
last few words.
Yeah.
It's like the time that I said the PC password, login password out loud as I was typing it in on
Oh
stream.
no.
And chat was just like, Cam? I'm like, what? Just said the password out loud. What? No, I didn't. Don't be stupid, chat.
Back it up. Oh yeah, that.
All right, I did.
Can't undo that.
I suppose we could also know his precise geological location, which is the late Anthropocene.
That's a phrase, late Anthropocene.
Well, we're getting there.
Pretty short epoch.
Yeah, we got one of those left, don't we? Wait, when does the Unix
Didn't
epoch
they
end?
make Fortnite?
Unix epoch is, I thought it was 64-bit, wasn't it? Or do you mean like 32, the 32-bit one? Because that's like 2030 something.
Yes, yeah, the 32-bit one is the one that's coming up that's problematic. Well, I'll tell you how often I use this this partition on my computer. I hadn't installed 7-zip yet. For those days when you really need to grab a RAR.
When you just got to grab Warcraft Orcs versus Humans off your friend's BBS.
Yeah. Oof. All right, perfect. So now, even if the Raspberry Pi doesn't work, then I do have a piece of software on here that apparently runs in Python that will serve games up to the Naomi.
I have a friend who's made his entire career doing scientific programming in Python.
Really?
Yeah,
That's...
like automating instruments, basically. Because scientists, as it turns out, don't really understand that Python is basically, hello, computer, please move the instrument over here. Close bracket. That's my impression of Python programming.
Very polite, but kind of condescending.
Yeah, plain language, I think it's called. It's like scheduling your Tumblr updates.
Who does that?
Tumblr?
No, I mean scheduling the updates.
Oh, I don't know. I imagine content producers.
Windows can't...
Make that joke 3 times a week and you're writing XKCD. Ooh, the dunks. Wow, that hurt me. Accusing me of writing XKCD.
Okay, I can safely eject things. And then unject.
Also, how dare you accuse me of only making the same joke 3 times a week?
Yeah, I usually aim for 5.
12, 15. My memory isn't so good anymore. And if people don't laugh, I just say it louder.
Oh, I've dealt with people like that.
Or wait until your next stream and say it again for a different audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. That tracks. There's
Thank
shit
you.
that I used to say back in university I say now because I have a different audience.
Yeah, reuse the same material. It's good. It's still good. It's still good. Dust off joke that was dropped on floor. 5-second rule. It's still good.
5-year rule. It's now vintage.
Can I put things into here directly via that?
What meme do you think will be revived soon? That was from 5 years ago.
Only 5 years. I'm the wrong person to ask. Anything that's happened in the last 5 years may have just as well happened in the last 30 seconds. It's all just one continuous event. Where were we 5 years ago? 2014?
God, what was I doing then?
What are 2014 memes? What are the vintage memes from 2014?
God, probably just Homestuck. Just a lot of Homestuck.
Okay.
2014 was late Doge.
When was late Doge? What about Left Shark?
Oh, wow, that was...
That was a flash in the pan, really. Although, I mean, we're talking about memes.
See, now, part of my problem is that I also tend to associate years with desert bus numbers. And I know that was 10. I don't know what year that was, but I do know that was 10.
2016 was 10.
Okay. Change number?
we're going to end up playing that timeline meme game we came up with for.
Oh wow, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a good game.
That was a good, yeah.
I'd love to do that again.
I especially enjoyed Chad in real time being like, no, your meme is wrong.
Yeah.
It's flat wrong.
You know, it'd be an interesting variation on that. When did a particular website start?
Ooh.
Like, when did
Yeah,
when did XKCD start?
what was
year?
the era of ICANN has cheeseburger?
Yeah.
All right. Mount all partitions on SD card.
Wow. Worlds of Warcraft also did a Candy Mountain reference in 2016.
Yep, they did.
That's some old ass meme right there.
Yeah, they've been behind the times for a while now.
Thank Christ I'm not the only one. I remember when when in Black Panther, Shuri yells, "What are those?" at T'Challa's shoes.
Yes.
Somebody in the audience was like, "Damn, that's an old ass meme."
Read them.
Isn't Black Panther up for like? Weren't they up for like a lot of Oscars or like Best
Yeah.
Picture or something?
Yeah, they
they
were
were.
up for Best Picture.
Yeah. That's a big step.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
It didn't get it.
Yeah, no, there was discourse that occurred.
Yeah.
Ever seen a bunny hiccup?
It's like it's like Celeste being up for Best Game of the Year at the Game Awards TM,
Yeah,
where it was like, look, we like indies.
yeah,
I mean, good luck, Celeste, winning against Red Dead Redemption and Spider-Man and these 6 other like AAA games that have huge whatever. But we acknowledge
it's
that.
the existence of an independently made game.
Yeah. I have no idea. Like, at least with the Oscars, I have like, you have the briefest of insights into how they actually make their decisions, and it's like, okay, so it's panels that review things for other panels, and they pick people who belong to the industry and are on these panels. So that seems to make sense. But like other award shows, like I mean, the Game Awards, I'm like, how does anyone make a decision about what belongs here?
Yeah,
Who is shopping that out? Where are you making decisions? It's not like the Crunchyroll Anime Awards where it's like everybody on Crunchyroll who happens to like fucking Boku no Hero Academia who are
Here's-
voting for that to win.
Okay, as much as I think most award shows, pretty much all award shows are just complete bunk. The Crunchyroll Awards did something different in that they didn't just pick shows from Crunchyroll.
No, that's true.
To be recognized.
That is very true. They Devilman Crybaby won a couple of things.
Yeah, like the anime industry has been rife for years with not invented here syndrome.
But also at the same time, stuff that they were picking was going to be what anime exists that is also English language available.
Oh yeah,
So there is that.
yeah. It has to be It has to be buyable.
Yeah.
Marketable? Would you say?
Maybe. Yeah, that's probably actually the real word for it. Available for purchase. Okay, that's already looking good. Everything's fine. Nobody's unhappy. Kernel's loading.
I'm unhappy.
What could I do to change that?
I don't know.
What can we do for you?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, offer me stuff.
Well, now why does it keep doing that?
Let's see what it keeps doing.
Check syslog for diagnostics. Failed.
You're not encouraging it enough.
And I can't actually. Like I think it's the Advanced 802.11 ADPD, I think is what I keep seeing pop up.
I know what that means.
Do you?
No.
Oh, thank you.
Not A2DP.
No, not A2DP.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's Bluetooth.
Yes, it
that has
is.
nothing to do with
That would
802.11.
have been weird if that was the case.
I'm gonna plug in the other Wi-Fi card just for funsies and see what that does. Like, it could honestly just be that this is I'm using terrible SD cards and bad Wi-Fi adapters.
So you're saying you should spend more money on this project?
It does tend to help a lot.
Infuriatingly, yeah. Sometimes you actually really do get what you pay for.
Host APD segment fault. And then the login keeps failing like that too. That leads me to believe that it's something wrong with the cards, because we were getting a boot before. And now it just can't seem to.
If you have no card at all, does it actually finish its boot and just wait?
How would the Raspberry Pi boot? Without...
Oh, sorry, not SD cards. I meant like the USB cards.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah. If you just go right back to
Yeah, let's check that out.
nothing but video and power.
See if just the Pi shell boots.
Yeah.
Pi shell.
I'd be shocked if that's not the actual term for it.
I'm pretty sure that if not the actual term, it's used for something else.
Pie crust, maybe. Can I just say, if you're ever going to bake a pie at home and you're just kind of, having fun with it, just buy a pre-made pie shell.
I saw those too. Like, it was seg-faulted when it was trying to launch the Wi-Fi.
Host APD segment fault. Let's see if Pi-Force tools. Nope, that's not going to help me.
Okay.
Well, let's come back to them. Let's see if we can load something onto it via the computer.
Hello, computer.
Hello. Mushy mushy.
Rest in peace, literally everyone in that scene.
Yeah, you're right. It was DeForest Kelly.
And
James
Doohan.
Doohan. And that third
and,
guy.
And the Mac Plus.
Yeah.
So I was going to say the third guy in that scene that nobody knows the actor's name.
Is he one of those guys?
Could be. He did look familiar. He looks like the guy who played one of the two ice cream dudes from City Slickers. And not City Slickers 2, The Legend of Curly's Gold.
Yeah, that was a sequel we all needed.
Network status. Change adapter options. Ethernet. Cable unplugged. Right, because it's not plugged in there. But we'll bring it up. Go to Internet Protocol version 4. Properties. Use the following IP address. IP address is 192.168.1.1. Subnet mask that. Default gateway 192.168.1.1. I'm my own gateway.
Powerful.
Close. And then we boot.
The
Oh, yeah, and it failed on boot.
just immediately?
No, I mean, it got exactly the same place and then failed.
Ah, okay. The Office Space oral histories have been very interesting.
The Office Space oral histories?
Yeah. There's been multiple, like, hey, give us a rundown. We're going to talk our way through Office Space with all you guys who made it.
Oh, okay.
And so Mike Judge when they were making Office Space, they came up. They showed up for like first day of shooting in the Initech offices, and he's looking around and he's like, "No," and he just grabbed a garbage can and started walking around and throwing shit away because he's like, "No, that's not what these offices look like. They don't have cutesy little pictures up on the wall, and they don't have like all sorts of little like personal items and shit. These are dull. These are boring.
These are transient spaces.
Yeah, one of the characters, I think it was Michael Bolton's office, had like a bunch of like aliens and army men,
Yeah.
and he goes in there and he's like, "What on earth is this?" And he just basically takes all of it and moves it out of the office and just puts it somewhere else. Because he's like, Michael Bolton, the character, is not a guy who collects little army men, but somebody in set design thought, "Oh, this seems like the kind of guy who would like, we have to decorate this guy's desk. He's probably a guy who's into like little army men and aliens and shit." So
It's like that's not the shit you bring to work in one of those places either.
Yeah. And so so Mike was like, "I just got rid of everything, like moved it off the desk." He came back to shoot another thing in that area later. It had all been moved back.
Oh no.
So, and I think they had not noticed it in a like a separate scene or something. So he grabbed it all, went outside, found a dumpster somewhere, and threw it all away. It's like, fuck this, and just threw it all away. It's like, I'm not risking this again.
Right.
You wouldn't bring anything to your desk in a place like that you wouldn't mind getting stolen.
Essentially, I
Right.
think is the idea.
You really should not.
You know, like there are offices where it's like if you work in a cubicle farm, I'm sure there's a whole like, and I've worked in places like in a lot of post-secondary and stuff where people work in cubes, but you're allowed to decorate your cube however you want, make it feel like home, like that kind of thing.
Encouraged to even
Yeah, but
mandated.
but it's like it's like the flair in that show, right?
Yeah.
It was like, oh, you have to have at least 21 pieces of flair. That was Mike actually asking somebody, he's like, how much is too much? I guess. And then he eventually settled on, okay, it has to be this many. And people are like, no. And other people though apparently watch the film and are like, oh shit, that's exactly, God, you only need to wear 21 pieces of flair?
Oh God.
And yeah, sorry, I should clarify, not stolen, lost due to cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think anyone who works in one of those places particularly cares to rummage through your shit stealing stuff.
Yeah. It's just, oh, this is in my way while I'm wiping down all the desks.
Yep.
Sorry, it's gone now. Looks like Ian's at the fun part of this project, reading forums for troubleshooting.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. There might be some issues when it comes to
The type of Wi-Fi connector you need or
well,
adapter.
and when it comes to versions.
Like intractable problems.
No. Okay, here we go. Naomi and Judy Rollins. EPR 23605A.
People are wondering if you have found an unsolved thread of the exact same problem yet, because you always find those.
Yeah, those are the best ones.
It's like 4 years ago, and it's marked solve with no answer, and you're like, what did you find out?
Reinstalled Windows works for me.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do right now is find out how to turn on network mode and set the network address, because that's not it's not happening for me right now.
I always like the solutions that are like, lol, don't buy that hardware then.
Thanks. I'll make sure to do that next time.
Yeah. Dickhead. Sorry, I spoke out of anger.
Sorry, I can only tell the truth.
Interesting. Game is not acceptable. Okay, load test mode once again.
I also seem to remember when I worked in office cubicles that a lot of those places had kind of specific rules about what you could bring to work and keep in your office. Like, obviously nothing no one would take offense at.
Like not your erotic fanfic.
Yeah, like obviously stuff like that, but also like no plants,
Oh yeah, because it attracts bugs.
or they have scents.
There's that.
Or allergies. Yeah.
Yeah, or allergies. Like nothing that makes noise. I've worked in places that are like, you're not allowed to wear headphones here
Oh.
or listen to music.
That's weird.
Yep. A lot of the time it seemed to be things that were just like, oh, this seems to be bringing you joy. Okay, it's wrong. You have to get rid of it. Like,
Probably one of those situations where they keep adding rules because this one exception happened, and you got to solve that problem, so let's write a rule to solve it, right? And it has to cut evenly across the board.
yeah, it has to apply to everyone.
Today is the 7th. Time is currently 20:02.
Yeah, morale will be lowered until morale improves. That sounds about right.
Perfect. Okay, so now the clock's correct.
Morale will be lowered until compliance improves.
Okay, coin settings, don't need to worry about that. Bookkeeping doesn't mean anything to me. Backup data clear. Don't know if I want to do that, but... Well, let's exit out and see if setting the clock will make things work. I was hoping that would give me the BIOS information too. And let's also just check Google, because sometimes DuckDuckGo doesn't give me all the answers. Yes.
Okay, well, I feel like I'm making progress here.
Yeah, NetDo module 4.02 is correct. That's the one that we want.
You broke it.
EPR 21578H. That might be underneath my boot
What do you
camp.
think,
Let's check.
chat? I mean, we're not there yet, not by a long shot, but think we're making progress towards there. I think a there is now imaginable.
I don't even know what you're imagining as the end, because to me that looks like the hair looks done to me.
Yeah, I think I can probably stick a fork in the hair here, at least for a little while. I need to do like his leather scarves, I guess. And then the chains need work, and then like all the buckles on his trousers.
Beach,
Yes.
do we have a crossover cable that we know is a crossover cable or a hub?
I think we do.
Okay. Because I'm beginning to wonder if that might be the issue.
If you're still looking to add red, you could have the leather be kind of bloodstained or something.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Or just like a russet kind of leather.
Yeah.
What do you like in there?
That looks very uncomfortable to wear.
Probably. I mean, he looks mad.
How many times does one of those chains around his waist hit his Achilles tendon
Ow.
and just like put him down on the floor?
So the reason I'm thinking it might be a crossover issue is that I've heard in other forums, forum posts talk about, yes, it requires a crossover cable. I assumed that this ThinkPad does auto crossover because I used to be a Mac user. I used to own a PowerBook and a and MacBook, and those do automatically crossover when it's necessary. But I guess that might not be an industry standard thing. So I'll need to wait for a second here while we
All right.
figure this out.
Well, let's work on something else then. For the meantime.
Are you going to work on your thigh boy?
Who knows? I'm going to work on these chains
Matt,
for a
would you
little
mind
bit.
heading over and swapping us over to wide for the moment? Thanks.
What, you don't want to just look at my teeth and
We did that once, didn't we?
that was Beej.
Yeah, and Corey had a field day with it.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you doing this. Oh, that battery does not look.
I appreciate you
Good.
regardless of if you do this or not, Beej.
No crossover cables, but we do have something that can work like a.
We have a switch.
That's good enough.
Good enough, right?
Yeah.
Hang on, we have just a straight.
That's probably good rather than trying to figure out what is.
What's it need?
It needs 5 volts, 1 amp. This is. Thank you. 10 based Beej. All right, so we're not using the Raspberry Pi right now. Let's unplug that. Switch, good. Yep, Ethernet goes in. Ooh, it's. Oh, right, it must be a managed switch because it's booting. Like, yeah, the lights.
That's our 8-port gigabit switch, I believe. So, yeah. But it should just be a standard switch. There shouldn't be anything weird about it.
Good. I'm going to use this tiny Ethernet cable, which people made fun of when it came out this past week. I'm going to use it to connect my laptop to the Switch
Brilliant.
because I don't need a longer cable.
I
It's
hope
the
that,
littlest Ethernet cable.
I hope it works, because I looked at the
Hey!
wires inside, and I was like, oh, that looks a little dire, but all right. That's not how I would have finished a cable, but I was like, whatever.
That's making it's green.
Good. Green means go.
Right, I opened up my thing and I wanted to find out what kind of chip I've got. EPR 21578. 23605. So that should be good.
But the numbers don't match.
No, they don't, but they need to be higher than the low numbers. Yeah, up-to-date BIOS, Japan, or export. At least I'm assuming that's what, yeah, EPR 23605 is what it says on it. So that is a known good. Whoa. Huh. I don't know what that is.
Let's walk us through this on the camera then, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Actually, this is one we probably want to get the super zoom on.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Damn, you ever see something that
That-
looks like that?
No, I've seen hot glue. I've not seen what looks like a boogie.
Yeah, to me that looks like someone's earwax that just got jammed in there.
Hang on.
Yeah, that's not
Where?
cool.
Down here.
Oh, look at that weird goo.
Yeah. Like, I don't think that's capacitor effluent.
It looks like rust.
It's very much a
Discoloration.
Can you?
safely dislodge it.
Yeah.
Where's a
Here, this is non-conductive.
I mean, I can get you some pliers or something.
no, like a toothpick is what I would use for this. Something that's non
Let me see what we got.
and non pokey.
I mean, if it's resin, maybe it's not bad if it's there, right?
It could be important gunk.
Do not dislodge gunk. Gunk makes machine go.
That's the GUI. You found it.
I swear to God.
Perfect. Thank
Can
you.
you fire him, please?
I mean, I'm not sure I have the authority yet.
I'm a contractor anyway.
God damn it!
Okay, well, whatever this is, it's coming off pretty easily. Oh, no, that part is... Ooh, that's soft.
Oh God.
Ew.
Why is it soft?
Okay, this part is... Oh, there we go. It went right into my hand.
Was it like
Like it jumped there. It leapt
Into
directly.
your hand? Like it went inside your skin? Like
Yeah, it was just like it made like an excited noise and went.
Huh, jumped on my skin and just went right in. Well, I guess tune in next week to find out who I am.
So I believe you mean to say it went onto my
Yes.
hand.
Well, I mean, the hand was cupped, so
Yeah, yes.
into.
into your palm?
Yes.
That's true. When I'm cupping balls, I don't say that it's like I'm cupping the balls into my own hand. I'm cupping them onto my hand.
Sorry,
I say
Dave.
into my hand.
Yeah.
How often do you use that phrase?
I cup my balls quite a bit. I like to get comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like hot cupping your balls?
For enhanced performance.
Wait, like the vacuuming?
yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's like the
Get a couple little
waxing your balls. That's idiot brain tier. That's dim brain.
I get a
Like,
couple-
galaxy brain is.
get a couple little shot glasses and heat them up real good. And
Nope. All right, well,
Invigorating.
10100 off the Naomi, gigabit off of the laptop. We are waiting for boot. Naomi, checking network, checking network, checking network.
Huh. Google's search for the term dark brown resin on circuit board comes up with images and responses that suggest it's flux residue with resin.
That would make sense.
It looked like pizza sauce to me, but sure.
where are you getting your pizza? My goodness.
Like, I would compare that favorably with cheese.
Just like cheese that's been microwaved for half an hour.
Yeah, like into the, like just beyond its constituent atoms.
Yeah. You know, when you're a kid and you're like, hey, we have a microwave. Parents aren't looking for, an hour. Just going to microwave some cheese on a plate.
Yep, yeah. You want to make a Greek, like what's the Greek cheese dish? The fried cheese. Were you ever a stupid kid who was like, hey, I really like that when we went to the Greek restaurant and we had the fried cheese. All fried cheese. And you just take like a slab of cheddar cheese and throw it in a frying pan because you're 7 years old and you're stupid. And half an hour later, your parents are like, did you try to fry cheese? And I'm like, oh yeah. And you put down your Nintendo and you go back to the kitchen.
Oh, no.
Saganaki, that's it. And your parents just look at each other like, we're going to be supporting this kid for a while.
I mean, that sounds better than when my brother set fire to our kitchen from the stove.
That's good.
Yeah. He just accidentally turned a knob on one of the elements when a little like bag for carrying children's stuff was just on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know what he did.
Yeah, no,
Walk
fair enough.
away.
Accidents happen.
Yeah.
So I've got a little bit of red on him. I put some tasteful blood spatter. Tasteful side blood.
If you wanted to add more red, you can make him blush.
Oh, I suppose I could.
You could be bashful about killing people.
I suppose so, yeah. I mean, you know, oh, yes, I do. I do kill people, yes. Oh, do you think I did well? Oh, my.
He's not doing it because he likes you.
Accurate.
BIOS revision compatibility. All right, let's have a look at what. Let's remember what BIOS I have. 23605. Let's write that down. Let's make a mess with receipts. All right. I don't even know what these receipts are from. BIOS is 23605. It says that 23605 without a number is or without a letter is not on this page. But 23605 appears to be Japanese from all of the from everything. Oh, this might be the original 23605 then.
Wasn't that Luke's stormtrooper number?
It very well could be.
I thought that was the prisoner number from Les Miserables.
23605. Only 2G ROM setup.
Let's put him down next to the other minis and see, does he...
Do they blend?
Yeah, do they blend? Like, is the white enough to really, like the white hair? Tattoos are very tricky. They're very hard to do.
You'd really have to just
They fade really strangely. Like it's one thing to just like add color to something, but you have to tattoos aren't really the color that you think they are, right? They're blended with your skin tone.
Yeah.
And they're hard. They're just very hard to do.
I do think that he needs a little red somewhere.
I mean, he definitely does feel like he's part of this team.
Mm-hmm.
But I would agree that
Just adding some more red to the leather, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe just like around the tips.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe the vine that he's stepping on can just be red. He's got a little vine that he's boosting off of there.
is that what that is?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll move the priest so you can kind of see the silhouette a bit better. But yeah, there's a little like vine or tentacle.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Tinker Tailor night, so my nails need to be trimmed. Look at that. That's repellent.
Those look way nicer than my nails, which are chewed back to the flesh.
Mm.
Same.
For the life of me, I couldn't figure out what the hell that thing is that he's standing on, but I'm like, that must be important. Like maybe like he's moving fast, so it's like smoke or something. But
Oh yeah, no, it's like a tentacle.
cool. I mean, so if you were to make that red, you would run the risk of it being looking like you'd have to do it in. I mean, you do it in the same red, it's not going to look like an anime tentacle.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I think there's a history in GW or Warhammer stuff of tentacles being associated with Slanesh, so they would be pink, probably.
Ah,
A pink tentacle.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well, they did have a paint color for a long time called tentacle pink.
Oh my god, really?
Yep.
the only knowledge I have of Slanesh is on Something Awful. They were handing out avatars called that were like Oathbreaker,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess that had to do with if you challenged yourself to do something in a certain thread and then you didn't do it, then you ended up with this Oathbreaker thing, and you also ended up with a custom title.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm not sure why, but this one dude ended up with like something about being mad at his parents because they named him Slanesh. And I had to look up what all that kind of
What?
yeah. Except that it's like that's not real.
No.
It's just like that's kind of calling this dude out at being like shitty
Yeah.
because he broke his oath. So he got the Oathbreaker avatar, and then he got this thing about his parents naming him Slanesh at birth or something like that. And I was like, all right, cool. Don't know what that all means,
The
but
Devourer of Joy. Yeah, there's nothing subtle about Slanesh. Slaneshi cultists don't code anything. Someone in chat pointed out Slanesh is the god of being horny on main.
And everywhere else, I assume.
Yeah, horny on main and any other surface.
Surface, crevice, whatever.
I mean, one shock of red hair might do it. I don't know, though. I don't know if it would... I think the model is really busy without adding more stuff into the silhouette.
You don't say. These models are busy.
They're very busy.
I don't think that you should add a red lock of hair
Yeah.
I don't think it would go with the rest of the hair.
because I don't think you can recover from that either.
Yeah. If it doesn't work, then I'm not excited to try to fix it.
Yeah. I mean, you could give him like red tips at the very end,
Mm-hmm.
but like to look like a paintbrush or something, but that might not work either.
And also, Slanesh isn't just about being horny. It's about all the pleasures possible in the world. I remember somebody
hedonists.
converted like a usually Slaneshi demon princes are very like beautiful, right? They're very bishy. And somebody did like a very obese one that was about like, no, you idiots have got it wrong. Right? You've got food. It's food. The greatest
Consumption.
pleasure. Yeah, consumption.
How are you doing, Ian?
Trying to figure out where the issue is right now. I think initially set of the
Yeah.
network.
You need more eyes to see more of the electromagnetic spectrum. Right? That's a Slaneshi mutation. More ears to hear.
Okay, that's new and different. Make sure that's in there good and tight. Maybe that was my problem? Doubtful. This is slightly infuriating.
Mm.
But you just can't stay mad at Naomi.
No, she's
It was a great early Neutral Milk Hotel track. I wonder if it was about this very problem. I mean, I wonder if the lyrics track.
Okay, that's not going to help. Checking. There we go. Sits in the Naomi network screen while blinking. A boot without the test menu. It just sits on the Naomi screen without while blinking indefinitely. It looks like this might not be a network compatible BIOS for the Naomi.
Oh dear.
Because there's no information about. I can't see anyone mentioning this particular revision of the BIOS in any of these forums. And I do know that versions below this one seem to be incompatible.
Hmm. Is this stream just us like looking at things and being like,
Sighing.
I mean, if we are feeling like we're getting stuck, then in D&D, the trick is to do something to get into trouble.
Well, that's exactly what I'm actually going to be doing at this point.
Yeah.
The next step is I'm going to try booting this without the 0 chip installed. I'm also going to check to see that the 0 chip is installed in the right orientation, if I can even tell that.
And what are you doing, Cam, to live dangerously?
I am painting the tentacle on the base with a
Nice.
mixture of, what is it? Pale flesh, red ink, and flesh wash.
Well, I
Flesh
still love that word.
wash.
Yeah, flesh wash is a great name for a pot of paint.
It's like sex wax.
What?
You don't know about Mr. Zog's sex wax?
No.
It's
Oh.
not for sex.
No.
Isn't it a surfing wax?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it Mr. Zog or Dr. Zog?
Dr. Zog's sex wax.
Right.
Do not fuck with this.
I was taught by a dude in grade 7 named Mr. Zog.
Oh no.
Zaugg. I was like, what a great fucking name that is. Mr. Zog.
Especially when you're 13.
Well, that's the problem, right? It's like, wow, that's a strong name, my dude. I mean, and of course, like, when you're 13 years old, everybody laughs. The problem is I'm like, I don't know how it's just a weird name.
Yeah, you can't make fun of Mr. Zog.
No, like, it's just it just starts and ends as a weird name. It's like, that's the joke.
Yeah, joke done.
Yeah, you're kind of out, right?
Yeah.
I want to be very careful with this thing.
Like, what could you possibly make fun of after that? He's got a weird name. Yeah.
So do you, bub.
Yep.
I mean, being shitty tweens, they sure found a way. Whew, yeah, but yeah.
Yeep. Yeep, wrong.
Are you okay?
Yep. Just only bent a few of the pins.
Oh, God.
2 to be exact. That's okay.
You have the tools to fix that problem.
I never ever want to have to saw or file or anything through the top of an IC to get to the metal inside again. I've done it once.
Again.
Yeah. It worked for a while, and then it didn't, and I'm never doing it again. All right, that's in there good and solid. So let's see if I can make it appear this way.
Well, it's making a noise.
It's making the noise it's supposed to. Okay, no signal turns into signal. And then signal turns into good times, great oldies.
I feel I'm supposed to be getting a joke there, but...
No, it's just, I
love how that sounds.
like the phrase.
Yeah.
Loading test mode now. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do a dim board test because I feel like something's up with this board. So it's either the BIOS is incompatible or there's an issue with it. And I feel like it's probably the BIOS itself. Either way, it's going to require new equipment, which is annoying, is what it is.
Yeah, that sounds mega frustrating.
Because we have, aside from a working Wi-Fi card, we have everything we need to get this up and running. But if it is a hardware issue, then we'll have to order new parts, and then
Life goes on.
yeah. Aaron, you are correct. Yeah, we've got BIOS version 402 on the DIM board, and that is, as you say, correct. Sector, there is a way to flash the BIOS, but it's a big chip, and I do not have the slot within which to flash it. Apparently, there are people on the internet that will flash them for you, and they're pretty readily available. Apparently, too. It's not difficult to get what we need. It's just a hassle.
Not difficult, just annoying.
Oh wow, Sector, you own a Apple Pippin? That's kind of amazing. Have you got a copy of Marathon 2 for it, and how badly does it play?
You're 1/3 of the way through your dim board test.
Yeah, it's not taking too long. Slot 0, check. Slot 1, null.
Don't you hate it when your slot 1 is null?
Ooh, @mark model. Gonna have a look. Gonna have to look that up. It's not the piece of Apple history that I'd like to own the most, but a Pippin is pretty cool. Yeah, no, you're right, Aaron. I should be able to access network settings. Jumpers are set correctly, because if it doesn't, it'll yell for the GD-ROM if it's not in the right setting. So, what is it? Mark Pippin. Oh yeah, that's the. That was the Pippin. Okay. Oh, I didn't know the shoulder buttons were pressure sensitive. That's a cool one. All right, let's shut this off. Well, okay, let's test button to exit. Yeah, it's just there's no network settings on there. And from everything that I'm reading so far, that tells me that the BIOS itself is not netboot compatible.
Is it not in bookkeeping, maybe?
No, bookkeeping is just for, let me just, whoop. Oh, we're doing this again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, bookkeeping was just, that's literally, it registers the coin internals.
Oh, yeah.
System assignments and JVS, I'll check them. I will check both of those. I'll check everything at this point, because it's the last thing we can do. And if it doesn't work, well, that's fine. We know the next steps. This means I'll have to put more things on order before the next episode of TTSF. Though no, that's right. Next episode, we're doing something with Paul.
Oh,
That's going to be exciting, and doesn't require me ordering anything.
nice. Spoilers?
Well, actually, I'll give spoilers in that we're working with some pretty interesting, very affordable, and very powerful microcontrollers with built-in Wi-Fi on them.
Neat.
So, fun things can happen there. I'm loath to shut this down in the middle of a test.
Reasonable.
So I guess a good question for those of you in the chat, how did you feel about this particular episode with me heads down so much and doing a lot of looking things up on forums? Does that still appeal, or has this episode been more of a bust? Adam Zero says, my only disappointment with there being no car stuff on TTSF is that we'll never get spoilers.
You definitely want to put a spoiler on your Cooper, right?
Yeah, yes, I definitely
Just
want...
get a big old shopping cart handle right across the top of it.
So mad that I did some mods to my Mini in Forza Horizon, which I'm playing, and yeah, it ended up adding a spoiler, and it looks ridiculous. That said, the car goes like stink and sticks to the ground like I'm driving on glue. It's amazing. All right, so looks like
People aren't too offended.
yeah, TTSF isn't always exciting times. Sometimes it's chill, and that's good too. Okay, good. Yep, okay. Everyone seems to be on board with that. Oh, Somp Smash, I will be working on the leather bag again soon, but that's another one of those I need to order parts and then have the parts come in. I need to get some D-rings for straps and buckles, and I want good ones. I want my bag to be at least as good as the one I purchased from Saddleback, which means I'll be getting welded D-rings. Yeah. Oh yeah, and like I said, failure is always an option. This is a let's try program, not a how-to.
Well, speaking of let's try,
Ooh.
Yeah, how'd the flesh wash go?
you tell me. So, ew, those tentacles don't look great right now, but I'll work on them a bit more.
That's actually a really good option for getting that red on there, though.
They're a pinkier red than the
Like
other
a
red.
vermilion or something.
Yeah, like taco red.
Taco red.
So yeah, we'll see how do.
So this character would be putting on the Ritz.
Yeah, taco with a K.
And Ian, you're like this Naomi plays back with the GD-ROM, though.
Yeah, I think we successfully booted a game once.
Okay.
But only one.
You know what? Actually, let's just no, because I'd have to unscrew things and move jumpers around. No, we know it works. I trust it.
Cool.
And if I'm going to test that, I can test that off screen. Green. This is the one problem with a screwdriver like this, is that you do need to remember to recharge it occasionally. And update its firmware.
Did the Russians brick your screwdriver?
No, but some people on GitHub have put together interesting open source firmwares for it with...
Is it like how there's microwaves with a chaos defrost option?
I mean, kind of like that. They
Where they have variable, like...
What does chaos defrost mean?
It adjusts the wattage and output of your microwave.
Yeah.
Randomly?
Yeah.
I mean,
Apparently it really works.
using a very specific algorithm to generate chaos.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's just really kind of interesting to see a microwave with a button marked chaos.
Yeah.
You're just like, what does that do? Can I push that?
When I get home, it's the first button I'm pushing.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to when they add the custom torque curves, but right now what it does is it allows you to play Tetris. I haven't put that on yet.
Awesome.
When are you going to put Doom on there?
Doom doesn't run on screwdrivers yet.
Yeah, if
Soon.
it varies the wavelengths, that would make sense. You wouldn't wind up with the nodal points. You know, have you ever did the experiment in like elementary school or high school where you microwave like a chocolate bar very quickly and you see like spots forming in it that heat up first? And then you can look at the plate on the back of the microwave and figure out what the wattage is and what wavelengths it operates at, and then you can use that to calculate the speed of light.
The one I've seen was, I love that you can use that to calculate the speed of light out of it. But the method I saw was fine dusting of flour,
Oh yeah.
and then it browns in that concentric pattern.
Best thing for that is poppadoms?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that actually.
All right.
But yeah, that's a really good explanation for why you would have that chaos setting, is that it would prevent those nodal points from forming if you're varying the wavelength.
Now I just want chaos and nachos.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a look here. So we wanted to look at the system assignments, cabinet type, advertise on, monitor type, service type, and what service type? Individual or common? Let's try individual. That didn't seem to change anything.
For-
Line settings, nothing there.
For everyone playing at home, the network setting should show up between the dim board test and the game test mode is where a network setting
you.
should show up.
Okay.
Yeah. And if it's not showing up, then I don't know why it's not accessible,
Yeah.
because I don't know anything about how to make it show up.
Well, this is what's further leading me to believe that it's
Something about the BIOS.
yeah.
Yeah.
The BIOS doesn't, because this is here. It exists. It can be tested.
Yep.
And Anarin has information, and you need BIOS version EPR 23605B, C, B, or yeah. Other versions do not have the network option. I was pretty sure about that. I just couldn't find any information. I thought that 23605 null would have been a working one. That the 23605 was the net boot part. But okay, good. That makes things easy. Time to flash the BIOS? Absolutely not, Sector. But that
This
yeah.
is not a case where you can flash that BIOS. Like you have to buy a new chip, correct?
No, it is flashable.
Oh, okay.
It's just not something that I have the equipment or. I've flashed BIOSes on motherboards before,
Yeah.
but this is a bit beyond my. This is beyond my scope of knowledge, and it's I don't think it's something that's well documented either online. So I'm going to maybe just do some searches and procure a proper BIOS.
It's funny because the Naomi 2 or Naomi, I have no idea how they pronounce it, but I keep seeing on the boot screens they would have network version written underneath the Naomi 2 part.
Right.
And I was like, well, yours doesn't say that, but it has the equipment. So when does it figure out if it's the network version or not? Like, at what point is that? How does that image show up? What changes? But yeah,
Sample test item menu in the Naomi GD-ROM service manual I'm looking at looks identical to what's on that screen. Yes, that would be correct because this would be a BIOS that is specifically for the GD-ROM. So yeah, that's it for this. Getting another BIOS is going to be pretty easy. Actually, let me tear this down and I'll show you the BIOS itself and where it plugs into, and then maybe we can get into our winding up today's stream. Oh, I feel sad about this, but what can one do?
At least you didn't fry it.
Yes, I'm very glad about that because this is not my Naomi. This is on extended loan from one Dandy Geek Benjamin Swallow.
Oh.
And I greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't your fault.
Yeah, that's his fault. No. This is one of those things that could not have been foreseen. He was very careful making sure that he got this part proper and everything in it is what it's supposed to be. Just this guy right here.
hang on a second.
Right there.
There we go.
It's a big chip boy.
Point at it again.
Yeah. So it's socketed, so it's a case of it's something that can just be yanked out and replaced. But
That'd be rude to do.
well, no point in doing that right now either because I'm going to put that chip. TBH, I am actually going to be looking up whether it's possible to flash that myself because boy do I like living dangerously. But the option is that yeah, I'm going to try and I'll also be looking into it and see if there are any BIOSes out there that are easy and inexpensive to procure. Yeah. Scan the chat, make sure everything is correct. Good, okay. Well, I think that's probably going to do that for this particular episode then.
All right.
You keep going until you are at a point where you can finish, and I'll take care of business here if that's all right.
Okay, yeah, please do.
Yeah. So I want to say thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in tonight to Tinker Tailor Solder Fry. It's a shame that we couldn't get it done, but at least now we know exactly what the problem is and where we can go from there. Leshrek, the BIOS is EPR 23605, and I need 23605B at least. It's unfortunate. Yeah, no, 23607 would also be apparently okay, I think. But regardless, want to thank everyone who came up, showed up, sat around with us, chatted, and just had a good time. It's always good to see you guys in the chat, and I super enjoy doing this every time I do it. So thank you for those of you who watch, and thank you those of you who choose to show support over at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. It helps keep the lights on, and we appreciate your continued support there. But what we like to do at the end of every episode, of every stream, is we like to thank those of you who choose to show your support by subscribing here at twitch.tv/loadingreadyrun. And Beej, do we have our subscribers ready?
Sure.
Okay. Want to thank Two Flower for 67 months of subscription.
Hang on. My bad.
Vanta Beige for 17 months of continuous support.
Big ups to Arc of the Conclave for 9 months of support.
Matt Andre for 65 months of support.
These are big numbers.
They are.
Coromax CJ for 11 months. Thank you for your continued support.
Gawag for 7 months of support.
Thank you, Lurker Spine, for your 48 months here on the channel.
That's 4 years.
Yeah. What?
Dang.
Yes.
Ziff for 36 months. That's 3 years.
Moirin has been here for 0 years, but they're getting started by a gift from an anonymous gifter.
Joran Steele has come back for the 0th month. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for deciding to support us.
Thank you to Nasia31 for your 15 months of support.
Golden Loki for the 7 months of contiguous support. Much appreciated.
And thanks to Roadhog123 for 10 months of support.
Real Gamer Cow has come back for the 63rd month. What? What?
And Hasio Sora for 18 months. Thank you.
Many thanks to Strawberry Pepper for 15 months of support.
Mungo Dude has been here for 24 months. Thank you for continuing to mung around.
Gorgon's Mine for 33 months. Much appreciated.
And thank you to the Maricat for giving gift subs to Sigurdur, Bob Zippora, Jubale1, Narton9, Reverett 10, Blood for the Core Lab, Anneville Herbivore, No Smoke Fire, Telling. You'll tell me if I'm having an actual stroke, right?
Yeah, totally. Chew on this wallet.
Gonna see if there's any more. That's not how that works. Hang on. There might be another one, because I haven't actually talked to Paul about how to make that scroll once it happens.
The Maricat, did you give gifts to anyone else?
Absolutely, they did.
Oh,
Hang on
well.
a second here. All right. I'll just thank them here. 02, Cactus 021, K Dragon 911, Crazy Matt Captain, Melton, Bad Chop, Super Fresh 40, Sable Tiger, Zoom Yata is here. Zoom Yata is here. Yeah. Anyway, Zoom Yata is here. SJC Theos and Purple Target. All new subs to the channel. Thanks very much, Maricat. There we go.
Madness 5051 is a brand new subscriber. Welcome.
Baron Radium has been here for 27 months. That's a good name.
Simon Ark has come back for the 15th month. Thank you.
Thank you to LC4RA. Oh, Ikara. That's an I. Thank you. And you're a new subscriber. Welcome.
Greg Smash for the 37th month. Many thanks.
And Pariah164 is a brand new subscriber as well. Welcome and thank you.
I know that's weird. Hang on. Let's try that again.
Feels like we're only going back.
Ikara chose to sub with Twitch Prime to get 2 months.
Oh. Oh, interesting.
Hacks! Wow, good work.
Sega, gifted by the Maricat.
Thank you, Sega. Welcome to the channel. And of course, we'd like to thank Type 1, Masta, sorry, go ahead.
Masta 2505
Earthen 1,
and Anonymous Cheerer.
for those 401 bits,
Bits, bits.
Great. All right. What else
coming
we
up
got?
next?
Well, we got to talk about what comes up on Friday, and I believe we're starting off with Now Kiss, the Now Kiss time. They're playing Butterfly Kisses.
Butterfly soup.
Butterfly soup.
Butterfly Soup, which is,
A different thing than a butterfly kiss.
yes.
Which is what the monarch learned about in prison, which is probably kind of an offside joke now that I think about it. From like Venture Brothers in 2005.
God, I love that show. So yeah, Kathleen and I believe Corey will be there doing that. At least that's what it said on my schedule. Then in the evening, it's going to be the Friday Night Paper Fight where we'll be drafting Unstable.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there. You're going to be there?
Yes.
Yes. It's going to be, who else is going to be there?
Probably Serge, James, either Graham or Kathleen. I'm not entirely certain.
And then there's a sixth we'll need.
Yeah.
But it does-
Maybe Nellie, maybe Ben Wheeler, maybe Jeremy White.
Okay. The point is we'll have a full 6 to up for that. Then on Saturday, Adam is back streaming Horizon Zero Dawn, Dark Cloud 2. He'll be playing golf, I think, in that, as is his wont. And then on Sunday, we're going to ape out on Rhythm Cafe. I am excited for that. People keep telling me it's not a rhythm game, and I don't believe them because I know it's going to be fun.
Ape out with your nape out.
Yes.
Yes.
And of course, Monday, we got Checkpoint at the Checkpoint time, which is 2 p.m. One day I'll remember what time that actually is. And of course, Dice Friends, episode 9 of our 10-part series, By Law and Order.
Oh, it's going to be so cool.
This is Endgame.
Yeah, we're into the end game now. The final battle nears as we gather our forces to defeat evil once and for all.
I mean, and get a signature.
Yeah, and get a signature. We have one more signature.
And on 9 o'clock happens Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. You know what happens there. It's Minecraft. And New Day Tuesday is a mystery because it's a new game, and we don't put that in the schedule. And one more rounds out the Tuesday, and by round out I mean runs right into Talking Sim at 6 p.m. What are you playing on?
I think we're taking another look at D2 lore, Destiny 2 lore.
Oh, okay. I'll have to.
It's fun.
I'll have to tune into that because I didn't play nearly enough Destiny 2 to actually get the lore into my face.
You were a Destiny's person, right?
Yes. Yeah. And of course, Lure MTG is back on Wednesday. Watch and Play, same Wednesday. AFK, also Wednesday. We're playing Pandemic Legacy next week. Game of Chance will be a thing. And you know what? At that point, the cycle has finished.
Yep.
Thanks once again, everyone, for watching today. It's been an absolute blast. And by blast, I mean blowout. And by blowout, I mean big fat 0 for me. But hey,
Got some minis painted.
Yeah, really
got a mini
nicely.
got a mini kind of painted.
Oh,
Made
sweet.
progress.
I was going to ask, is it done? But I'm guessing the answer is no.
No, I need to do some leather work on it. Hello, Beej. Yes.
We will also, Loading Ready Run will also be appearing at Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo later this month. Holy crap. And then later this month at PAX East, you will see us there as well. At C2E2, in fact, we'll be doing a live episode of Late Night Dub Fight.
And the panelists.
Yeah, so if you wanted to check that, it will be in the Cards Against Humanity comedy theater.
We should also mention with special guests.
Yes.
We don't know who they are.
No.
But they will be special and they will be there.
Yes. That's it.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Thus ends this Loading Ready Run broadcast day. We will see you tomorrow. Ever forward.
Never learning.